Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Today's question is largest number. In this question, we are given a list of non-negative integers. We have to arrange them such that they form the largest number. For example, in this we are given 10 and 2. So we have to arrange these two numbers such that we form the largest number. So we can see that the number formed after arranging them is 210. This is the largest number. We can arrange in different manner, like first 10 comes, then 2. So it will result in 102. And when we will arrange it such that when 2 comes first and 10 comes after, the answer will be 210. So this will be our maximum answer. So we will return this answer. Now in example 2, our array is given as 3, 30, 34, 5 and 9. We have to arrange these numbers in such a manner that it results in the largest number. So what we have done, we have first appended 9, then 53, then 5, then 34, then 3, then 30. So this is the final output. So this question is little bit tricky but simple. You have to watch this video till end to understand the entire concept of this question. So now let's look at the approach of this question. Now consider this as our input array. So I have already written the output which will be the largest number, that is 9, 34, 30, 3 and 30. So how can we approach this question? One approach is that we find all the combination, that is all the permutation of this array, and compare each permutation with each one another and find the largest permutation which is possible. So that will result in our answer. But this approach will be a very time consuming approach, as we have to find the permutation, so its time complexity will be n factorial. So now let's understand this question with an example. Suppose we have an array which have only two elements in it. Consider the first array as 7. First element as a, that is 7. Second element as b, that is 60. Now what we will do, in this case only two possible arrangements are possible, that is either a comes before b, that is ab, or either b comes before a, that is ba. So what we will do, we will find the two possible combination, that is ab will give us 760 as the answer, and ba will give us 607 as answer. We can clearly see that our ab is giving larger answer than ba. So we will arrange the array in such a order that our a always comes before b. So we can see that in the original array, our a is already coming before b. So in this case we will not do any operation. So at this point you must be thinking that, but if we sort the array, our answer will still come out to be 760. But this will not be true for all the cases. Like, let's see in example 2, that is 34 and 3. So what we will do here, if we sort the array, initially we sort the array, the 3 will come here, 3 will come here, and 34 will come here, and our ab will result in 334 if we sort the array. But our largest answer which can be formed will be given by our ba, that is 343. So our ab was giving 334, our ba will be giving 343. So the possibility of simply sorting the array is wrong, because when we will sort the array we will get our answer as 334, but original answer will be 343. So what we will do in this case, we can see that ba is giving 343. It means that b should always come before a to give the maximum answer. So what we will do, we will swap the values of a and b, that is 3 comes here and 34 comes here. So now when we have swapped the values, now the array looks like 34 and 3, and our answer when we append this array will be 343. It was given in the constraint that the result may be very large, so we need to return a string instead of an integer. So we will return 343 as a string in our function. So this will be our answer. So now let's look at an example and dry run on it so that the things become more clear. So now what we will do, our upper pointer will represent a, our lower pointer will represent b. So in Initially we have initialized our a pointer with 0 index, and our b pointer will be initialized with a plus 1th index, that is 0 plus 1 index. Now we will find ab. AB will give us 330, and now we will find BA. BA will give us 303. We can see in this case that AB yields the maximum answer, that is AB is greater than BA. So it means that in the array, original array, A should always come before B, that is 3 should come before B. We can see that in the original array 3 is already coming before 30. So in this case we will not do anything, and we will skip this iteration and move our b pointer to next index, that is I plus plus. Now we will calculate AB again. It will give us 334, and BA will give us 343. Now we can see that BA yields more answer than AB. So in the original array our B must always come before A, but in our array A is coming before B. So in this case what we will do, we will swap the values, that is here it will be 3 and here it will be 34. So once we have swapped the value, our b pointer will again move one step ahead. Now our AB will yield 349, and our BA will yield 934. We can clearly see that our BA is yielding more answer than AB. So our B should always come before A, and in the original array B is after A. So we will swap the values. Here it will be 34 and here it will be 9. So now our pointer will move one step ahead, but it has reached the end of the array. When b pointer has reached the end of the array, our a pointer will be incremented by one position. So it will come here, and our b pointer will be initialized with a plus 1, that is this. Now again our AB will yield 303 and our BA will yield 330. We can see that BA is yielding more. If BA is yielding more, then we will swap the answer, that is here it is 30, here it will be 3. So our pointer will move one direction ahead. Now our AB is yielding 334 and our BA is yielding 343. So we can see that our BA is yielding more than AB. So now the swap operation will follow, because in our original array A is coming before B, but we want B before A. So here it will be 34 and here it will be 3. So now our B pointer will move one step ahead, it will reach the end of the array, and our A pointer will be incremented to one position ahead. Since our A pointer is at this position, so our B pointer will be incremented, will be initialized with A plus 1. So now again we will find AB. So we can see that AB will yield 303 and BA will yield 330. So we can see that our BA is more than AB. So swap operation will take place. So here it will be 3 and here it will be 30. So this pointer will move now ahead. So it has reached the end of the array. So our A pointer will also move ahead, and our A pointer starting from the 0th index has reached the end of the array. So at this point we have our maximum answer in an array, that is 934 330. When we will append these elements together, then the answer we will get will be the maximum answer. The answer we are getting is 934 330, and our output was also 934 330. So by this method we can find our answer. So this method was very simple. What we had done, we are basically sorting the array with string comparison. So the complexity of this approach will be order of n log n for sorting the array into the string comparison. That is, we are appending B after A and appending B before A, and then comparing these two strings, that is AB and BA. So this will be equal to the length of string. So this is the time complexity of our approach, that is n log n into length of string. But when our length of string is very small, then this complexity will be of only order of n log n. That is the complexity required to sort the array. So this was the entire approach. I hope guys you like the approach. Now let's look at the code. Now I have already written the code. I will be explaining you the code. Now first step is to check whether all the values in the nums array are 0 or not. If all the values will be 0, we do not need to perform any operation, that is the sorting operation plus the comparison operation. We do not have to perform that if all the elements in the array are 0. We just simply, if all the elements in our array is 0, we just simply return 0 string, that is the string containing only 0. So this loop is for checking if all the elements in our array is 0 or not. So this was our pre-processing step. First we check that all elements are 0 or not. If 0, then we will return this string, that is 0 string, and if not, then we will perform our next operation, that is our main operation, sorting plus comparison. What we will do, as we know that we have to return our answer in the string format, plus we have to do comparison of strings. So what we will do, first we will form a string vector and append all the values of nums I, that is 10, 2 in a string vector in the form of string. That is, here it was int in input array. We will put this value in the form of string in our new array, that is a string array, that is S. We will put string corresponding to integer in this array. So once we have put the integer in string array in the form of string, what we will do, we will call an inbuilt sort function plus our custom comparator. That is, we have seen that we were sorting plus comparing the two strings. So in custom comparator, so we will call a sort function, inbuilt sort function plus our custom comparator, that is our check is the custom comparator. Let's see what we are doing in our check function. In check function there are two arguments, that is s1 and s2. We are checking if s1 plus s2 is greater than, if s1 plus s2 is greater than or equal to s2 plus s1, then we will return true. It means that the relative ordering of s1 and s2 are correct, because s1 and s2 are yielding more result than s2 and s1. So relative ordering in the array is correct. So therefore we are returning straight away true in this case. And if we had returned false in this case, then the swap would have happened in the inbuilt sort. So now once we have sorted the array which we have now, the string array, contains that combination which yields our maximum result. That is, when this string array will be sorted based on our custom comparator, it will contain the elements in that form which when appended together results in the maximum answer. So now we have to do nothing, but we have to take a string answer variable which will store our answer, and we have to append each and every element in the si in that answer variable and return the answer. Si will contain the elements in that order only which yields the maximum number. So we just have to append these string elements in our answer variable and return the answer. So this was the entire code of this